All right. Welcome, everyone, in the SandStorm chat to another show. Today we are joined by NFTworlds, ArcDev. What's going on? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I usually like to just start out with a little bit of introduction. I guess just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I go by ArcDev. I'm one of the co-creators of NFTworlds. I do most of the development work and leading the development team. And my co-founder Temp Tranquil does more marketing, business related stuff. Just a lot of things in general. But yeah, been in the crypto space for a while. Just pretty much full time on NFTworlds and another project we have at the same time called Gray Boys. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much it right now.
Nice, nice. And can you give me, I guess, a little bit of a background on the project of NFTworlds?
Yeah, we started in September. The initial mint was October, I think it was October 6th. But yeah, we started the project kind of looking at the whole idea of the metaverse and seeing what the Sandbox and Decentraland and all these other projects had built to date. We felt that there's so much opportunity and excitement around what people can build and the idea of the metaverse for communities and just experiences in general. But there's games and platforms that were already around that felt like a fantastic fit. Minecraft specifically is what we felt. So it didn't make sense to remake a game from scratch rather than build the layers on top you need for like an interconnected metaverse, and that's kind of where we went from there.
All right, and yeah, that's, I mean, your guys' main, like, I guess, metaverse is stationed in Minecraft right now, right?
Presently, yeah. Just because it's so easy to bootstrap off of it, people are very familiar with it, and it makes a good point of entry for us to build from at the time being.
Okay, so I mean, I've played Minecraft, just very basic like building and stuff. But how does like how do you, I guess, connect the blockchain with Minecraft?
Yeah, a lot of it's pretty much all on the software side, right? So this coming weekend, it's either going to be this weekend or definitely next week, if not this weekend. We're releasing our server software layer, which has a bunch of optimizations to handle higher play counts than pretty much any server for Minecraft you can get off the shelf right now. It will have the blockchain layer, so people can write in JavaScript or Java full-scale games on top of their NFT worlds. Um, so all the pieces really for the blockchain interaction layer and verification within like the world itself for the players that are playing in the world are happening on the server side. And then on the actual player side, there's a launcher client. So a Minecraft launcher is basically like you would no longer need the Minecraft like downloaded client, for example. You still need to log in, but it just pre-installs all of the required mods for the systems we built. So it adds things into the game across all games like player trading, world transferring, world transactions, quality of life improvements, things like that, that pretty much more make the baseline Minecraft game focused on what we're doing with NFT worlds.
Okay, and so like how does that, I guess, exactly work? So say if I like go and purchase a world NFT,
Mm-hmm.
how do I integrate that into Minecraft? Like, can I use that world in Minecraft? Like, is it already
Yeah.
set up and everything?
Yeah. I mean, when you get a world, right now the base layer is a seed. What you're buying really is access to the network that we're building and all the tools that come for each of the worlds.
Yeah.
Um, and so, yeah, you would get a seed as soon as the server software is live and we launch. That is being available for launching a multiplayer world. You have two options, or you will have two options. You can download the server software; it's open source, and you can choose any hosting provider to host it on, or you can use like a baseline service from the world manager on our website to just quickly launch up the world and have it ready for multiplayer for people.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I'm running around. What is this area that I'm in?
Yeah, so this is the scavenger hunt that we put together. It was kind of just as a twofold test. One, this is utilizing the server software that we're launching to everyone, and we wanted to see like where's the bottleneck for number of concurrent players, which we didn't find, even though I think we peaked at like 600-700 concurrent players at one time playing, and didn't have any issues. Yeah, so scavenger hunt is that kind of a test, but at the same time, it's just a really fun big puzzle that people are still trying to figure out. Some people are really close. The first person to figure it out is going to basically get 3 ETH and 500,000 world token. So yeah.
Dang. And how long have you guys had this running for?
The scavenger hunt went live last Sunday, so 5 days. There's some teams that are really close but haven't quite gotten it yet. Yeah, the challenges are really hard for sure. But
Say
there's a lot
5
on the line.
days.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's impressive that you as a scavenger hunt going that long.
Yep. Yeah, we wanted it to be difficult. We wanted people to really have to work at it. The prize is big. So
Yeah, that's cool. So, I guess tell me a little bit more about the team. How many of you guys are on the team?
yeah, so there's myself and Tim Tranquil, or the primary co-founders. There's 3 people on the open source front end and Solidity side. So these are people that kind of help develop dApps and like the smart contract side. They give us second looks on the work that I do with them and whatnot. We have one person that's coming in next week to start working with us more on like the Java development side for Minecraft server, Minecraft client, so that we're not stretched so thin and bouncing between a million things. And then, yeah, we have like 3 or 4 community moderators, and that's probably the team right now. So yeah, we're trying to move faster and faster, and so we're starting to scale up the engineering team, and then as community grows with that, we're scaling that up as well.
Okay. And so is the world, like, how did you guys go about creating those? Like, did someone specifically make them, or are they like computer generated, or?
Yeah, so the way they work is we used an off-the-shelf world generator. So how that works is every Minecraft world can be generated using what's called a seed, and that's either a random set of words, letters, or a random set of numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we generated just 10,000 of them as base worlds. We just did random seeds in order to make them all pretty unique. And that way it gives, a different type of base layer for you to build your own type of world on top of, based on what terrain do you want, what kind of biomes, features, etc.
Okay. Will people's worlds be, I guess, connected?
You can connect them. So all the worlds are hosted independent, or well, the worlds that are made available for multiplayer will be hosted independently on servers and whatnot. But you can interconnect them with a portal mechanic that we're developing. So let's say you're on a world that's partnered with some NFT community. They might have just like a little doorway or a portal or something fairly clearly marked that lets you go visit that partnered community's world or the partner's world or whatnot. You walk through it, you just transfer over to the other world, which just connects quickly to another server.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Do you guys have any plans? I know you're in Minecraft, but do you have any plans of doing anything in the sandbox, or do you guys kind of look at them as like?
Yeah, no, I think we're as far as game platform at the time goes, we're definitely sticking with Minecraft. The sandbox, I have, yeah, obviously they're like a direct competitor to us in a lot of ways, but at the same time, they're not. The problems I have with the sandbox are they have some weird token distribution stuff going on. The game is very limited cross-platform wise. You can only play on Windows. The development process is a very big pain. You have to know how to use Vox Edit and like special programming. It's very non-user friendly to develop and create content, whereas the Minecraft ecosystems thrived over the last 10 years because of its ease of use to create content, create experiences, create games. And so it just makes sense to use. Instead of building from scratch, we're using like something else.
I think I'm stuck. I'm gonna be honest. I don't see myself getting out of here.
Oh, you can type /spawn /spawn. Yeah, and that'll take you back. Yeah, there you
go. Okay, so do you guys have any like collaborations that you guys are working on?
Yeah, so we have a lot of NFT communities that are launching on top of the project /platform that we're building. They're not really like how you think of a partnership, like 2 people come together, like this is what we're both getting out of it, this is what we're both wanting to do. It's more like they see the possibilities with the platform and they're like, this is going to work really great. Like I see what other communities are building. We're just going to launch it. And then we usually like retweet them or like get excited about it within the community and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
that's probably the closest thing at the moment is just all these communities. I think we're at 50 to 75 pretty sizable NFT communities now that are building already. And it just keeps growing every day.
Okay. If you guys have any questions in the chat, feel free to leave them in there and can ask those. But I wanted to next move on and talk about your guys' token, the world token.
Yeah.
So I guess tell me a little bit about that.
The world token's the base layer of the in-game economy. So just like you have in, you know, any game, RuneScape, World of Warcraft, any of those MMORPGs or whatnot, you have gold or whatever the currency is in a game. That's basically what the world token is. So it's a decentralized token that's based on the Ethereum blockchain. It's an ERC20 token. So it gives us a way to have a standard form of in-game currency that works across these decentralized worlds, right? Because they're all on different servers. They're all not interconnected to each other necessarily in a programmatic way. So you need a layer for a baseline transaction system. And that's what the world token is. So world owners are going to build experiences, items, content, perks, etc. that can be purchased with the world token. Players can trade back and forth for different items in game with the world token. Pretty much everything you do with a currency in a game.
Yeah. Okay. And so you don't need to like specifically own a world to play in the game.
No, you don't. Owning a world just gives you the ability to create content on top of the platform, but absolutely anyone can come in and play for free and experience all the worlds people have made.
Okay. And then Palm Beach Bad Boy asks, can a person build an NFT world with no focus on gaming?
Yeah. You like a lot of the NFT communities we have are just making like hangout spots. They don't have games. They don't have any, you know, interactive experiences like that. It's just more like we're building in like the ability to play music and for people to voice chat and just run around and hang out with each other. So like those types of experiences too are possible.
Yeah. Okay. And so it's going to be like, I guess the play to earn side, is it going to be based on specifically what that world owner wants to do? Like if they want to have a game within the world or they just want it to be a hangout or something like that?
Yeah. So there are two key pieces for play to earn that we are pretty certain on right now. The first one is players that play will have a set amount of world they earn every hour with a cap on a daily basis just for being active and playing in the game. So just like a very baseline play earning mechanism. And then beyond that, the worlds themselves will have play to earn mechanics based on what the world owners are building and what kind of games they have. So, you know, this could be like a racing game where, you know, every time you enter in a race with other players, like there's a prize pool that's automatically set up. The winner each time gets the prize pool of however many world. It could be something like quest progression in an RPG type world. You know, pretty much what you would tie achievements to in a game, you can basically tie back to rewarding with world token in the same kind of context.
Okay. See, someone wants to know what's the timeline for the play to earn mechanics?
We're thinking the first, like very first preview of this will be possibly next week to the week after. We're going to launch what's called a survival multiplayer server. It's like a very basic, very vanilla Minecraft type server where it's pretty much everyone free for all running around in a generated Minecraft world and they go build, create, do what they would with Minecraft. But the mechanic will be for every hour you play, you automatically get X world deposited into your wallet at the end of the week based on your playtime. And that's play to earn. And then we'll add a few mechanics later on down the road where you can then spend world in that world token in that world to get things like pickaxes, swords, armor upgrades, etc.
Yeah. I guess what was I gonna say, you guys, so I did read your guys' white paper. You guys are planning on doing staking? You guys can't stake right now?
Yeah, staking is going to be, we're working on the contract right now. So you'll have a baseline reward for staking. And And the thing we wanted to do with staking is not just be like, okay, we're going to have a way to lock up supply. We wanted it to actually benefit the ecosystem. So with staking, yes, you'll be able to stake, but at the same time, when staked, you can define an interval of time that your world is available for quote unquote lease by another person. So, like, let's say that the floor price of NFT World is 5 ETH or something that most people don't have, or even a lot of like small indie game developers might not be able to afford or justify. If you stake your world and make it available for lease, you can set a certain amount of world token that they pay on a month-to-month basis, and you can set how long you want your world to be available to be leased. And that gives the opportunity for these people to come in, buy some world token, get access to the content side and developability of a world in exchange for paying a month-to-month lease on your world. And so, like, if you weren't going to build on it in the first place, let's say you have 20 worlds, and you have 5 you're building on and 15 you just wanted to hold, the other 15 you can put up for staking and lease them, and you're automatically going to get world token based on the price you set you want per month, and however long that those worlds end up being leased out for. And then it adds to the content ecosystem because there's more worlds being developed and more content being made.
Okay. So yeah, so like people, so say like me, for instance, I don't own a world, but say I wanted to kind of host an event, maybe that would last like a week in a
Exactly.
in world. I could, rent one from somebody.
Yep, exactly.
That event there. Okay, I like that. That's cool. Kind of adds another aspect of earning to the people that own the worlds.
Yep. Yeah, we want to make it as accessible as possible, but scarce supply, right, drives up higher prices as more utility comes, and so it prices people out. And this is kind of the solution to give everyone a chance while being a win-win for the people that weren't going to build on some of the worlds anyways.
Yeah. Okay. So what are you talk about the utilities? What are like every utility, I guess, that comes with owning a world, or any utilities that you guys have planned in the future?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, right, is like we're making this bridged economic layer across all these different Minecraft worlds. So it creates this interconnected network of these worlds. And therefore, like, you can transfer your experiences across all these different worlds. We're going to have items and whatnot that can be transferred across worlds, things like that. The other side is you get the ability to develop things that are tied back to the blockchain that weren't otherwise possible. So you can have worlds gated by, does this person own a specific NFT for a specific contract? Does this person own X amount of token and able to be like, let's say that it's a token that represents governance in a DAO, like they only get access if they have a certain amount of DAO governance based on the token they hold. There's the economic layer, there's the network layer, there's on the game side itself, the launcher client is basically going to feature all the worlds that are live for multiplayer, and you get basically front and center visibility on your world to bring more players in that see it through the launcher and can sort based on what kind of worlds they want to play in. So the ultimate goal is like, for owning an NFT world, we're focused on making great content. Ideally, great content brings a large player base, as we've seen in Minecraft in general, and people make cool mods and great servers. Those people are going to funnel in through the launcher. Having a world gives you visibility to all these people funneling in through the launcher. Bringing more people into your world gives you more of a thriving, depending how you set up your world, a thriving sort of economic place where people are buying and selling things with world, earning world, etc. And in exchange, you as a world owner are going to be receiving world for the items that you might sell in game for world, or for transactions that take place that you take a percentage on in your world, stuff like that. And so it's really about just making this interconnected, deeply networked economy on top of Minecraft with the blockchain that really wasn't possible, and giving the creative tools to tie everything that is happening with NFTs back into it all.
Yeah. And so since it is in Minecraft, I know like you talked about different items that you could buy. Is it going to be just specifically Minecraft items?
No. So we wanted to figure out how do we tie unique items that people could make specific to their game back to the blockchain. And so one thing we've been working on and experimenting with internally that we haven't talked much about is a system for world owners to mint item representational NFTs for their games in such a way that in a game, let's say you purchase an item from a market. The way that would work is you pay world token. Let's say it's it's an NFT that you get into your wallet. That wallet now has that specific token for that specific item. And anytime you load into that world, it recognizes your wallet. It recognizes which NFTs for which items you have in your wallet. It can load in the content for you automatically. And then the idea is making that system, because it's then separated from just a single world server, making that system transferable across all the worlds. So let's say you partner with another world that may be, I don't know, let's say it's a different RPG and you have a special item that you both agree with that if players have it in your world, it also represents over in their world. And then you have all this ability to do cross pollination of content and whatnot. So yeah, it's a big thing we're trying to think about how we can do.
Yeah. And I know you guys, you have part of the world token is going to be used on Polygon, right?
Yeah, Polygon gives us a way to do world token transactions without requiring any gas fee at all from the players. So you don't have to get Matic, you don't have to get Ethereum, which we thought would be a huge barrier to entry, especially if you don't know crypto and you just want to play a game.
Yeah. So how exactly does that work? People just, I guess, on the game just buy stuff and it just goes through?
Yeah, so technical side, right? Like on the blockchain, you always need gas of some kind typically. So we have a system where when you want to submit a transaction, it goes through it's called a forwarding node that basically covers the gas for you and submits the transaction on your behalf after you've signed it. And through that way, we can basically pay the Matic fee with the node, and then in exchange, the transfer method can have a fee tied to it. So we can basically say you only need world to do transactions. And the way we don't kill ourselves on paying all these transaction fees is we take a very small percentage of the total world transferred from the recipient, just like you would a credit card fee. And then we can convert that back and forth to Matic at any time, because Matic's pretty inexpensive to do transactions with. It's a couple pennies, if that, depending on network fees at the time. It might be something like 0.1 world, 0.2 world in transaction fees for every transaction. But at the end of the day, it removes the friction from the player base and gives a lot more opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any other games have done that. Someone, I think, mentioned gasless transactions, first of its kind. So
yeah, no, as far as I know, I mean, like you said, it does create a good level of entry, because any of my friends that I try to explain like doing a transaction on Ethereum or just even on anything, and you explain to them the gas fees and like how to adjust the gas fees and how much to pay. It just definitely creates that level of someone's like, well, I don't want to deal with this. I'm just gonna play a regular game.
I mean, it's confusing, right? Like someone who's never done crypto, you'd have to teach how they go to an exchange, how they get a wallet, how they transfer stuff to their wallet, what's an address, like what is the gas? Like, why do I have to wait 5 minutes now because my transaction, because I didn't put a high enough gas price? Like, we don't want players to deal with that.
Yeah. I had a friend that was trying to mint his first NFT yesterday, and it was like, he submitted the transaction and it wasn't going through, and like he saw the number going up of how many were selling out. He's like, why is it not going through? I'm like, well, leave me your transaction. I'm like, well, dude, you spent 100 gwei and it's like jumped up to 400, so yours is never going to go through.
It's people who don't know crypto, it's confusing for sure.
Yeah. Is there any connection, I guess, to NFTworlds and the Gray Boys project?
Yeah, there absolutely is. The Gray Boys, like the core utility is we have this experimental proof of concept that we did internally before we launched it, where we could proxy NFT ownership perks to other wallets as if they held them, but not actually giving them the ability to transfer them or do anything like that. But as far as NFTworlds itself goes, the Gray Boys are going to have the first playable character models that are custom within NFTworlds. And those are actually releasing probably in the next week or so, or at least the previews of them will be. The integration will probably come in a timeline, maybe in February. It just depends how quickly we get the launcher out. But yeah, you'll have aliens running around. It'll be kind of fun.
Right. And so, like this scavenger hunt that I'm running around in, let me just go back to spawn, because I've actually never done like a Minecraft scavenger hunt or any type of scavenger hunt. So like It's like, what am I supposed to be doing here? What does this tell me?
So this scavenger hunt has, a 12-word mnemonic phrase you're trying to figure out. And when
Okay.
you get that mnemonic phrase, you get access to the wallet, right? So there's 8 of these challenges spread throughout the world. 8 of these challenges has like a riddle or a puzzle at the end of it. And by solving these challenges, you'll get a word from it. And so you have to get through 8 challenges and figure out all the right words by solving the puzzles. The first challenge is actually right behind you if you want to try it. It starts with parkour and it's really hard. It's that blue wall to the left. Yeah, over there. And you'll find challenges because they'll have a sign next to them. It'll say like challenge 1, challenge 2, challenge 3, whatever. And this one starts with really hard Minecraft parkour.
Okay.
So you're basically gonna scramble up the side of this castle, get to the top. There's a puzzle up there. You figure out the puzzle. You get the first word, and then you go from there.
All right. So it's you're pretty much doing all these puzzles to find. God. All right. You
It's
know
hard.
what?
It's hard. It's really hard.
You're pretty much you're trying to find the seed phrase to the wallet.
Exactly. Yeah, you're finding the seed phrase.
And you said people are working as teams to do this.
Yeah, there's some professional puzzle solvers that are working on this too. They're all really close, but none of them have gotten it yet. I'm just waiting for someone to get it because we really want to share the solution because everyone's curious. Like, what are the answers to these puzzles? But we can until someone solves it, obviously. So
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I like this. I can't even get up this wall.
it's hard, but yeah, I'm hoping someone solves it by Sunday. If it's not solved by Sunday, we might add a few more hints. We've done some clarifications on some of the puzzles as time went by. As we've kind of realized, like, okay, we tried to make this hard, but we didn't try and make it. We didn't want it to be too vague, and we think it's a little too vague. So, like, let's clarify a little bit. We've done some of that, but like strong direct hints, we haven't really done yet. Maybe some of the clarification is, but yeah, by Sunday we'll add some stuff.
You're lying. I gotta run all the way around to get back on this.
If you hold shift to crouch, you can go around the right side of that one and then shift. Oh no, yeah, just shift through there and you can get back on the one to the right of that. Yeah, you just run and jump onto it. There you go.
All right. Yeah. See, I'm new here. This is.
Oh, you're good. No worries. I mean, you've gotten like this is where it's. I'd say like 50% of the people got to here and without falling just a ton. So like it's not bad.
Vinny McDaniel says watching this is giving me PTSD.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people, anyone watching this that's maybe from our server probably try this. But it was wild. The first day there were like hundreds of people all in these blocks as soon as we launched it, and it was just like waterfalls of players falling off of this stuff.
Yeah, you said there was like 700 people, right?
Yeah, we pretty much immediately spiked to like 7-something-hundred people, which we're really excited about because like if you look at the sandbox, for example, and something I don't think people realize is they can only handle, and they publicly say this in their docs, it's like 32 to 64 concurrent players in any single instance of a map. So like you're running around, you're not going to see more than like 30 to 60 people in an area at any given time for like a map.
Yeah.
Like we're able to handle hundreds, and we might even be able to crack the 1,000 mark without doing any crazy like rework server software that we do plan to do in the future. But just with more baseline optimizations, I think we might be able to get there.
So, right. And oh my god.
Oh no.
for anybody watching that wants to try to do this and go through this pain, where can they figure out how to get on the server?
Yeah, there's if you go to our Twitter, twitter.com/NFTworlds NFT, I think the pinned post has the join instructions. Alternatively, if you don't want to look at that, just launch Minecraft and then go to multiplayer. And then there's a button that says direct connection, and you type in hunt.nftworlds.com and you'll be able to join and play.
There you go. Is trying to the things you can beat professional puzzlers that have been going at it for 5 days. You want to start now, and if you think you can beat them, then go for it.
I mean, some of them are stuck, so you might have a chance.
That is true.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like these very capable guys, in the end, like I've noticed a lot of them are really starting to overthink like the last puzzles, and it's like, okay, is someone else going to solve this? I don't know.
Like
We'll
who?
see.
So who made this scavenger hunt?
The world was built by one of our verified builders called NFTworlds. They've done a lot of really great worlds. And then all of the puzzles and the logic puzzles were added by myself and Temp Tranquil, one of the other co-founders, just so that no one else would know the mnemonic when adding it, and we could be certain that it wouldn't get leaked.
Yeah.
So yeah, we added the logic puzzles and all of that, and we basically gave Entity like direction on how to build the world out and what content to have that we could build around.
Yeah, I'm guessing that you guys pretty much started in Minecraft, right? You guys have probably been playing Minecraft for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I think for me, I played Minecraft since 2011. I built a lot of mods, and so like I understand like how capable it is as a game, and like how great it can be with some mods, some plugins, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Temp, I don't actually know how long Temp's played. I know he's played for a while, but I couldn't give like an exact date without him being here.
I mean, and so I've played Minecraft off and on.
I can tell by your parkour. you're doing decent. This is where a lot of players get to, and if they played Minecraft, they usually get over here. If they haven't, they're still stuck on the platform jumping.
Yeah, I've played off and on for a couple years, but nothing like crazy serious. But yeah, I mean, it's a great game, and I think as far as like what you guys are planning on doing and making a game within it, I mean, there's already a lot of people that kind of do that. They just haven't really incorporated the blockchain into it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's some really successful examples of centralized games that have no cryptocurrency tie and don't have like this full creative ability, but have made huge things. Like Hypixel Skyblock is probably the greatest example where, they have 50 to 60,000 people online any single day, and it's all based on it's an RPG built on Minecraft. And that's gotten huge. Like there's great ecosystems that have been built around it, and like we're hoping that we're the next one of those, just doing something new and innovative.
Yeah. You guys plan on doing more hunts?
I think so. Yeah. This one was a lot of fun. The puzzlers have really enjoyed it. I think the next one maybe we'll make it a little lower stakes but easier, just so people can enjoy it more and not be such a high difficulty curve, which with this prize size, we kind of had to do that. But
yeah, I mean, you guys are giving away like 12 grand. There's probably people that haven't slept.
Yeah, there's people that have been up like messaging me like, I've been awake for 30 hours. I can't figure out this specific puzzle help. And I just have to send like the zipper face. Like I can't say anything. So, it is what it is though.
Yeah. I mean, hey, there's money on the line. People are going to be going hard for it. I can't even get past these trees now. I've lost all hope.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, there's a lot more puzzles. If you decide you want to explore more, you don't have to do them in order. You can do them in whatever order you want. But yeah.
Okay, and then these ones that have like question marks. So why do they have question marks? Just that you don't want to give away what the puzzle is?
Yeah, we didn't want to give hints for the last 5 because there's some degree of exploration we wanted to add.
Oh, it's 100. The prize is 100 grand.
Well, we don't talk about world token having a USD value, but there's 500,000 world token, which whatever that goes to.
Oh, so. Okay, yeah. One world equals one world, guys. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. One world equals one world.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, no, for sure. There's people not sleeping.
Yeah,
that's cool though. That's awesome.
Yeah, from a token standpoint, I think it's the largest prize for any single metaverse competition that anyone's launched yet. But yeah.
Yeah, no, just I mean.
Oh, the maze. This one gives me anxiety. It's humongous, and It's hard,
I'm
and
gonna be
you can't.
honest. While I was waiting for you to get on the show, I was running through this maze and I got stuck. And I'm like, I had to jump off the ladder until I died.
Yep. Yeah, it's difficult. Oh, that's a good question, the Minecraft Eula one.
Yeah. Have you spoken to Minecraft EULA? And will there be an official announcement that has been no issues with what you're doing in Minecraft policies?
Yeah, so I think the thing that's hard here, first, yes, we've spoken to them. We've spoken to Eula, we've spoken to the IP team. We have a really good relationship with them. Minecraft doesn't like directly and publicly and officially endorse third party projects, even though they allow them. Some great examples of that I mentioned earlier are Hypixel Skyblock. They're a humongous monetized game built on top of Minecraft with tens of thousands of players, and Minecraft allows them to do what they do. With us, it's kind of the same situation. Like we've talked with the IP enforcement team, and they're just watching what we're doing. They have no problem with what we're doing at the moment. We talk and forth back in email should they have any questions. The biggest thing for them is they have a few brand guidelines they want us to enforce, and like we actively try to do it as much as possible. And those brand guidelines were basically like, just within Minecraft, we don't like people building like big corporate advertised worlds. So like a Walmart or a Disney, like we don't want them to come onto the platform and start targeting kids by building these types of worlds. And so to the extent that we can enforce that too, like they want us to fully enforce it. And so we tell our mods that we try to, make sure that those humongous corpo brands don't, come in and try and do what they're doing. But, small people's projects for fun, their NFT communities and stuff like that, like it doesn't seem to be an issue. It's just more like people trying to target kids with a monetized product that are these large corporations. They don't want to see that. And so we're like all about, we just want to follow the rules they set. And as long as we do that, it seems like everything's fine. So
yeah. And have you guys run into any issues with the project, like on the technical side?
Technical, no issues on the technical side. It's more just like a time thing. Like thankfully the domain expertise we have across the team now pretty much covers everything. It's just like it takes time to build this stuff, and like they're not simple things. Like we're doing innovative things that I don't think people have really done before, like the gasless transactions piece. Like the piece of has already been there, but to execute on it in the way that works for like a game, like that took us probably like 3 weeks to a month to fully build that out. The server software, like the Java developer that's coming in is probably one of the better Java engineers out there as far as building Minecraft servers. And like the server that we're using is probably one of the most optimized ones that like you can get off the shelf as soon as we release it. The blockchain layer, you have to have domain expertise on Minecraft servers, like how to tie it back into the blockchain, how to enable the developer APIs within the server side development environment, stuff like that. Which we've done like a lot of that already, like in different projects and stuff. So we know how it works. It's just like it takes time to do these things.
Yeah.
Do you like our sign?
I know. Yeah. So what do these signs mean exactly?
They're just jokes. Temp Tranquil, he's like, well, they can kind of act as little checkpoints and references, so you kind of can see a sign and know where you are. But he put the most random stuff.
I know. I saw it was like grandma's kisses, and
I know.
my mom told me my fish ran away.
Oh my gosh, yeah. He had one in there that was hilarious. It was like DM entity builds, or the 13 engines is his name, on Discord, and tell him American cars suck. So it's like an inside joke, but entity builds is one of the first builders that came on board, and we have a really close relationship with them. Yeah. The specific person we have on that sign to DM has like a Camaro, and like we joke about him because Max and I are car people too, because like we don't like American cars. And so like he got like flooded with DMs the first and second day of just like American cars suck, Temp sent me, and we just thought it was hilarious. But there's jokes and stuff spread throughout like that. So
yeah, I was reading these signs. I'm like, I guess like you said, it could be used as a checkpoint, but it's also kind of triggering. You pass the same sign, you're like, I'm running in circles.
Yeah, it feels like it. You're running in circles, but it is solvable. Like you can get to all the endpoints. It's just like I got to figure out the map.
So, where do you guys see, like, I guess?
Oh, nice.
Oh, so what does this mean? Digit number 2.
So this is like one of the clues related to this puzzle. So like you'd figure out what does that mean? You probably write it down somewhere, and then presumably you keep looking, but you know, it's up for interpretation.
Yeah. Got any hints? All right, all right. So where do you see the project going? I guess say like 6 months from now.
I think once we have all of the layers, like right, we have to build bottom up. Like you need the support to build a structure on top of, right? So that's kind of like how we're thinking about it. The beginning was adding the baseline worlds to the blockchain as Minecraft sees with the renders and everything. The next part was giving players the ability to update the worlds, tie them back to the blockchain, update the NFT. Next part is building the token layer for transactions in game, which we started to do. Next part is releasing the server software to launch multiplayer. Next part is launching the multiplayer router so you can have a game client look up where and how to connect to servers. But yeah, building bottom up, moving pretty fast. I think from like a project standpoint, I think this year with just how crazy adoption is in Minecraft around great games, I think it's possible that we definitely flip the player base of active players on Sandbox. I don't even think they have that many active players. We might have done it with just a scavenger hunt if you look at their daily statistics, which is kind of sad. But I think people are going to wake up to like, you know, how capable Minecraft is as a metaverse, and with the blockchain layer is pretty much given you in a frictionless way to build on top of, like how incredible you can make a world and like how much you can build into it that you can't get with any of these crazy multi-billion-dollar platforms already, like, but you can't get with, you know, NFTworlds. I would love for us to flip the Sandbox as far as market cap on either coin and or land/world price. I think it's possible. It just comes down to development and further visibility in the project through people starting to play and earn and stuff like that. Yeah, I think we want to be the go-to metaverse platform for people to build on top of and create games and experiences.
Do you see other projects, I guess, starting to like after the success of you guys think a lot more projects will start building in Minecraft?
I don't know. There's a few that we've seen pop up that are just like launching one world and then just kind of making a small little ecosystem in the world. Whereas we're launching a platform of worlds and giving you the tools to build your own ecosystem in each world, and they're interconnected. So you get cross-pollination of the player base, which I think is more valuable. But yeah, I don't know if more will come along. It's hard to say. I think we have the network effect already of just like how many people are aware of the project and like into it. Our Discord's like 40,000 people, but pretty much none of them, I think, are bots. We have super strong bot protection. Like there's probably 5,000 to 10,000 active people online at any single time. Like, yeah, the visibility is there to make it pretty hard, I think, to move as fast as we are and do something more than we are on Minecraft at this point. But it could happen. Like, I don't want to be arrogant and say it's not going to happen. But, you know, we're moving as fast as we can and we're building as fast as we can. So
Tim Tranquil's girlfriend is nagging him.
That's a good question someone just asked. Is the plan to allow folks to run commerce in their world or mostly just challenges and hunts? Yeah, absolutely. You will 100% be able to run full commerce in your world. You'll be able to have like item merchants, sell perks, event tickets, things like that for world token. All of that's going to be possible, and we fully expect people to do all of that. Pretty much whatever you can think of that you can like tie to a transaction in exchange for world, like whatever you want to give someone in exchange for world, you'll be able to do it. Like we're making it as flexible as possible and trying to bring the development friction as low as possible so people make pretty amazing things.
Yeah. How many total worlds are there? I don't think I ever asked that.
Yeah, there's 10,000.
Okay.
Yeah, we gave them away for free. I don't know if you knew that, but yeah, it was a free mint.
I did not know that. I do know that a guy that I met through another project that I'm in, I would always see him tweeting out about worlds and stuff, but by the time I looked at him, I think the floor price is up to like 2.5 or 3 Ethereum, and
yeah,
like,
I mean,
I'm not about the FOMO.
it's crazy, you know, like I think, right, so like, you know, it was a free mint and then it started trading hands on secondary markets at around 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 ETH when we launched. For a while there, it went down to like 0.08 ETH, and this was really like during a time when we hadn't released many documents on like what we were building, the extent of what we were building. We were just like building kind of silently in the shadows and getting ready to just kind of put stuff out there. And as soon as we put up like a docs website and further explain like the vision, this is what we're doing, this is what's going to be possible, like this is the roadmap, and like this is already what we've done. Yeah, just visibility and interest in the project sort of exploded. We went from like 0.08 floor to like 0.5 floor, and then next time it was like 0.5 to 1.5 within like 2 weeks, and then like the next week it was like 1.5 to 2.5, and then 2.5 to 4, and then right now I think it's like 3.5 or 3.75. It kind of floats around there. So
Yeah.
It's been wild. I think as people catch wind of, what's capable and how this stacks up to something like the sandbox, and genuinely how much more is going to be possible in this than just your tiny little sandbox parcel you overpay for. Yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting what happens in the coming months.
Well, definitely. Where am I right now? What is this?
So yeah, you found that first room. They have it's a digit number 2. This is another room that I think this is digit number 4, but you'll notice there's wool blocks kind of spread around. So the wool is key.
Wool is key.
Yeah, but yeah, so these are the kind of puzzles you have to figure out, like what does it mean? What am I looking for? What's the common thing across these? And obviously, in this one it's the wool. So how does the wool relate? Stuff like that.
Yeah, this is too gigabrain for me, I'm gonna be honest. There's too much going on here.
Yeah, we had to make it hard. The prize is big. We knew someone out there is going to solve it, but we wanted it to take at least a week. We felt that was a fair timeline for the effort and the reward. So that's the difficulty.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, it's cool. I like it. I like what you guys are building. Is there any, I guess, closing thoughts? Any alpha that you can leak to any of the NFTworlds fans that are out there listening?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff I could leak. It depends really. Like, I'm trying to think what would be most valuable to people. If someone wants to drop a message or a comment and ask something, I'm happy to answer. But off the top of my head, maybe just like timeline. We haven't really announced this, but like the multiplayer server software will probably drop this weekend or next week. So people can actually start building the mods and plugins on top of like the actual server software to support multiplayer, which is a big deal for us. It's, I think the development pace for Worlds and what's possible starts to go exponential from here. What else? Staking is expected to be this month. There's a lot that goes in that staking contract, especially the rental stuff, and we want to make sure it's right. So, we're going to do a CertiK audit too, just because the assets going into that contract are so valuable at this point.
Yeah.
Just to make sure everything's good, but that takes time. We want to have it out by the end of January. I think that's possible. The timeline currently.
Have you guys already announced like the rewards from staking besides, people being able to rent? Like, will people earn like world daily for staking?
Yeah. There'll be rewards just for having the world staked. So just for locking up supply, like we will give a baseline amount, but we'll give more reward if you're willing to lease up your world, just because it's better for the ecosystem.
Yeah.
So if you want to stake your world, please lease it because it's better for everyone, and it's also good for you if you don't plan to build on it.
Because there's a lot of people that, I guess, in the early stages of a lot of these like metaverse projects go and buy up all the land, and then they don't ever plan on actually doing anything on the land.
Exactly. So, and that doesn't help the greater ecosystem, and that's exactly what we wanted to promote with the lease function built into staking, is development and more content creation, because it's a flywheel that keeps turning. More content, more games, more enjoyable stuff that players like want to play, more player activity, probably more player numbers from word of mouth, more player to earn, ways for players to earn, and it just kind of snowballs from there.
Yeah. Well,
oh no.
I'm just jump in the lava real quick. I appreciate your time today. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Anyone out in the chat, make sure you guys are following the stream. Make sure you guys join the NFTworlds Discord, and also there is going to be NFTworlds POAP in the SandStorm Discord. So make sure you guys join and claim your POAP, or I think that's what you call it.
Yeah. Proof of, what is it? Proof of audience participation or something like that. I
Yeah.
forget the term.
So yeah, thank you for coming on. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
And thank you guys for watching. And we will be live again on Monday, 12 o'clock Eastern time.
Awesome.